Hey everybody, welcome. Tom Campone here with my real estate attorney partner, Don Kiolbassa. Wanted to bring you guys some knowledge from him today about the attorney review process, some pitfalls to avoid, and some unknown nuggets of knowledge about the process that most people just don't know. So I want to start off by introducing Don. Give me a little bit of your background, what your practice is like, and kind of let my clients know a little bit more about you.
Hey everybody, congratulations on the real estate process. Real estate ownership is still one of the best ways to generate wealth in your portfolio, and I look for a great broker like Tom to walk you through the process. I'd like to tell you a quick note about myself. I'm an attorney and CPA. I've been an attorney for 12 years now. Before I was an attorney, I was a CPA at a company called KPMG. After KPMG, I went to a relatively large law firm, transferred laterally, and started my own law firm. Today, I'm one of Chicagoland's top producing real estate closing attorneys. We do other areas of law, but a lot of people know this in real estate. And today, I think Tom's got some questions to walk you guys through the process.
Yeah, perfect. So, wanted to get your opinion on, you just said that you're one of the biggest producers in Chicago. What are the three major pitfalls you see that people kind of get hung up during the attorney review process?
Cool. So, guys, I want to take an overview of the contract. When you get me a contract, there are 3 steps to a real estate contract. The first step is due diligence. Due diligence consists of 2 parts, the attorney review and the inspection. The inspection's like the physical stuff. You have to ask Tom like what things you should ask for or not, and the other part is attorney review. The second step is the financing. You got to get your money because without the money there is no party. The third step is closing. That's where you guys show up, we show up, and we all make sure that the parties deliver what they promise. As far as pitfalls go, there's 3 things I really want you to pay attention to, and really make sure that you and your agent, hopefully Tom, are talking about. Guys, whenever you buy a condo, you're buying a percentage of a not-for-profit corporation called an HOA. Now, you have to be okay with these guys because you're going to be married to them. You got to be okay with the rules and the regulations and the financials. Pitfall number 1, guys, if there's something specific that you need to know, ask and don't rely on the documents. Put it in the attorney letter. There's so many cases out there where parties have reviewed the documents for example, rental restrictions, only to find out that the HOA has later made amendments to the HOA. Don't mess around, ask and make sure it gets into the attorney review letter. Attorney review letter is an opportunity that we as the buyers or the sellers have the opportunity to add additional items to the contract that might not be part of the boilerplate. Pitfall number 2. Guys, when you're going through attorney review, be sure to make sure that your financing is in order, right? Because this is a financing driven transaction. So really when you're talking to your lender, when you're talking to your agent, make sure that the date for your mortgage contingency is realistic. A lot of times people, they put a date not really knowing what the date is going to be. And in attorney review, we can change that date. What the mortgage contingency date is says if your mortgage is denied within terms of the contract by that date and you give notice of such denial, you get your earnest money back. If you don't give notice and your loan's denied after the date, you lose your earnest money. So that's a really important date, and an attorney review is a great place that we have the opportunity to negotiate. The third and final pitfall, and something that you guys should really consider, is dealing with the inspection items. So guys, one thing that I want you to make sure is generally when you get an inspection request, these are items that are very important to you and you'll only proceed if those items are taken care of. Send a bullet point list so we know what you're asking for. The seller's either going to say yes, no, offer a credit, or a mixture, right? Now, very important, if they say yes to repair, you're going to check in with your real estate agent, and Tom's a great one, he's an example, and you are going to thoroughly check the repairs at the final walkthrough before you close. See, the thing is, if you agree to repairs and you close, and they didn't do the repairs, it is really difficult for you to go back and try to get them to repair it. So make sure if you agree to repair during your final walkthrough, make sure it was done and it was done correctly.
Perfect. That was fantastic. Appreciate that. Last question for today. Why don't you give us 2 pieces of two little nuggets of information from the attorney review that most people don't know about, considering they maybe do this transaction every 5 to 7 years.
Okay, so attorney review is kind of a tricky subject. I give entire talks on attorney review alone. One thing that I want people to not have the misconception of is there's 2 contracts out there. There's the 6.1 and the Chicago car contract. Attorney review is defined differently in each contract. For example, if you're in the 6.1 contract, you have the right in attorney review to just disapprove of the contract and just say, hey, we want out, and not particularly itemize the reasons behind it. However, if you use the Chicago car contract, remember that the language is significantly different, and you might run into some hurdles if you just wanted to terminate the contract for no particular reason. The Chicago car contract has 2 ways, 2 abilities to alter the contract, but it does not specifically allow you the fact to disapprove it. So if you're just house hunting and you know that you might just disapprove and don't say, hey, I'm going to kill it off of attorney review, make sure that you're using the right contract. That's number 1. The second thing about attorney review is that it's very important is you technically shouldn't be using it as an out to just find another contract. So one mistake that I see people make is they'll enter into one contract, enter into another contract, but thinking attorney review will get them out of it. Guys, technically speaking, Illinois courts do not look favorably upon that practice, and one of the things that limits attorney review is bad faith. So if it is found out that you're entering into multiple contracts just to see which one is going to be the best deal so you can terminate on attorney review, just think about it. You're hurting the seller by taking the contract off of the market. If it is found out and discovered that you're doing that, there may be repercussions.
Perfect. Well, that was fantastic. I want to say thank you for your time today. I appreciate for everyone tuning in. And once again, this is Don Kiolbassa, my attorney partner. So thanks again for your time, and hit the like button. And any other comments, questions you have for Don, leave them in the comments. We'll get answers as quickly as possible.
Hey,
Thanks
Tom,
again.
Tom, do you mind if I just one last thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
So guys, really quick, again, congratulations on this idea of owning real estate. Again, things change from situation to situation. So this video is just for educational purposes and should not be interpreted as legal advice. With that said, I just want to leave you with one last nugget. Guys, owning real estate is very passionate to my heart. And the reason why is there's just not a lot of things that you can control, have full knowledge of, and build wealth like real estate. Tom is an incredible tool. I watched him grow over the years, and he is just going to be a great asset to your team. Sit down over a cup of coffee with this guy, show him your finances, and see if he can get you into home ownership so you can start building equity and start building wealth. Thank you so much.
Don, thanks for the kind words.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys.